Hey everybody, and welcome back to Investment Honey, where we talk about various crypto projects. Before we begin, I want to let you know that I'm not your financial advisor. I do not provide financial advice on the channel, and I don't even encourage you to invest. But what I am going to do is share with you my personal opinion and views on the projects discussed on the channel. With that said, we're looking at Hash20, or H20, as a token, and I do want to let you know that this project has been audited with no high or medium severity concerns. However, I do want to note that the owner can lock user funds with owner functions. So this is something that was highlighted in the audit. Now, the other things you need to be aware of is that the team is not photodoxed, no KYC, and so essentially the team is anonymous. All right, so they do have a fair launch coming up. So we can see that they've got a timer here prominently displayed on their website. We can also see that if we go to pink sale, that the timer pretty much coincides, with the timer, here as well. We see 522.07, 06, 522. So, I mean, this one's a little faster, but yeah, they're pretty close. Okay. So again, fair launch, we get an audit badge just over 5 hours before this goes live. We got a video here that you can engage with, as well. 99 BNB is going to be their starting, it's going to be their soft cap. And then we see the liquidity lockup time is going to be 920 days after the pool ends. And then we get the token metrics. Nothing there really concerning for me. So just be aware, of that. It says here that Hash20 is designed in such a way to open the door of DeFi for everybody, making the decentralized finance world accessible for all through a multi-chain yield processing hash, Hash20. Passive income, no buy sell fee, lifetime reward NFTs, staking H2O, stable, or token farms, governance, CMC, CG, fast track. You guys know if you've seen some of my other videos, I don't really care for when they mention fast track. I just think that, hey, if you're trying to get on CMC, CG, fast track is not something you need to mention, but that's just my personal opinion. 4-hour fair launch. So, I mean, they're mentioning that the fair launch is not going to be a real long fair launch. So we'll see once this goes live if it's, if that's the case. Typically, when you take a look at the fair launch, I mean, you're looking at least like 24 hours, for a fair launch. So if they're only doing a 4-hour fair launch, that would be a first for me. But we'll see. We'll see. Antibot integrated product is ready to go live, and experienced team having successful projects. So they do have some documentation here in association to the project, and this is just basically a one-pager. Okay, you do have some kind of layout, like a pitch deck kind of layout, where you just click next to go to the next page. So we'll do that, and we see you can earn lifetime rewards. Yield generating protocol, generating is not spelled correctly, hassle-free and easy to use, and high yield lifetime rewards. Move on, and we see the vision here aims to combine rewards across 30 plus protocols. It's a multi-chain, or it's multi-chain. Therefore, it's a massive pool where assets from different blockchain like BNB Smart Chain, EVM compatible chain can be bridged seamlessly. Management of risk through personalization of investment. Hash20 profit generation is a simplified process of rewards as well as combination of NFT staking across 4 high personalized pools, this is not spelled correctly either, that cater to the needs of users. Become a part of Hash20 through their ticker here. The governance platform of Hash20 is a highly decentralized phenomenon that enables our users to become members who can not only benefit from the protocol, but also hold the authority to make change. So we're going to move on to the next slide, how it works. The H20 token is a reward-based token that yields profit after the completion of each hash cycle. The duration of a hash cycle is 20 hours, and token holders are rewarded 0.566 H2O or H20 after the completion of each cycle. 1 hash cycle equals, there you go, every 20 hours. In addition to reward, H20 token is also a governance token. Holding on to this token provides governance power to users. through which they can actively alter or add new features. So then they have a button here for the white paper. Let's see here. Moving on, we see getting started, with H2O, 3 easy steps to, and again, you get a bit of spelling here, lifetime rewards. Buy H2O, H2 tokens can be bought easily from PancakeSwap and other affiliate DEX. Create a H2O, H20 tokens cannot be created precisely, but users can only exchange other digital coins into H20 or earn as rewards. And enjoy rewards. So we see another misspelling, because this would be an A instead of an R or instead of an O. Enjoy a lifetime reward of 0.556 after every 20 hours. And here's I just want to step in and mention that the reason why I mention things like the misspellings is because it's my own personal opinion, but I feel like, look, if you're going to develop a project, make sure that you've done the due diligence and just spent the time to make sure that the small details, like spelling things correctly, is taken care of, because I just think that overall, if you're asking for people's money, you want to make sure that you have signaled to them that you've taken time to put together a project from the way it functions to what you communicate, from the start. So, I mean, that's just my own personal opinion when it comes to that. So, that's the reason why I think you guys, when you come across my videos and you'll hear me talk about that kind of stuff, point it out, that it's important to me, that if I'm looking at a project, that I want to know that, hey, you put this project together, but you've reviewed the project and you know that from the documentation to what you're communicating on your website, that you have a polished project. I just don't think that there is any excuse for misspellings like this in this, when it just simply comes down to read what you guys are putting out there for an audience, and make sure that when they come to your website, they're not focusing on your ability to communicate stuff, or that you didn't edit, your website. They're focusing on the utilities and how your project is supposed to function, and so they can focus on whether they want to participate or not. But I just think things like this, it just takes away from the professionalism, of a project. So that's just my personal opinion. So moving on to 6, we see on the tokenomics. And here, tokenomics, not spelled correctly again. So we see 30% going to fair launch, 20% to liquidity, 13% centralized exchange, 10% to DEXs, 5% to development funds, and then we see 2% to strategic partnership, 7% to marketing funds, 2% to advisory board, 2% to airdrop reward, and 9% to stake reward. Moving forward, we see the roadmap, so a number of different things, for the roadmap. We see 4 stages. Right away, we don't get months constituting each of these stages. We don't even know if this is all going to be done this year, or if it's going to be next year. So we need to see some of that, and see those communication signals. But we see a number of things located under each stage, associated with each stage. So concept and research, so building community, defining tokenomics, and launch a beta version of the project, communicate and exchange, to evangelize about the Hash20 project and the coming Hash20 DeFi allocation technology. I'm not even really sure what they're saying here. Create a beta version of the landing page and the dApp. Stage 2, so we get early adopters investing into the token on the BSC through PancakeSwap. Early adopters can create the first hash cycle and receive rewards, and the tokens from the pool reach the goal of 500 nodes created to make sure the reward mechanism works and is scalable. Get listed on CoinGecko and CMC to gain visibility. Publishing of the comprehensive white paper and tokenomics, and launching the V2 of the H20 dApp. So and we get additional things mentioned in stage 3 and 4. So I mean, that's pretty much the roadmap, but we don't know if they're done with the development at the end of stage 4 either. So moving on to the next page, we get partners, and then we get their FAQ. So that takes us through, just my brief overview, of the Hash20 project, or H2O, whatever you want to call it. We've already talked about their fair launch, and highlighted that they've got their white paper here as well. So As always, guys, we don't encourage you to invest in the channel, but if this is a project you're interested in, by all means, just make sure that you're taking a look at the documentation and you are developing your own evaluation assessment on the project to direct your steps as to whether you would like to participate in this project or not. So that'll do it for me on the Hash20 project. Thank you so much for watching. I'll leave the links relevant to the project in the description below. And with that said, you guys enjoy the day.